Hello, it's Big Man in the Woods and...
Grace!
Yeah, producer Grace is here tonight. We're in the shed. Blah. Grace has got a coat on. I've got the big scout jumper because it is mighty cold tonight, isn't it?
Big Man in the Woods. Big Man in the Woods. Big Man in the Woods. And here's your host, Mark Yates.
The Halloween tomorrow night, so all the ghosts and goblins. Yeah, all the witches are going to be out and about. Whoa, spooky. And at the back of the spiders that me and Grace drew on the shed door. So yeah, we've got a height marker on the door to show how high you're getting, and we've put a date. So what have we been up to this week? It's been an interesting week for both me and Grace. You're going to strangle me pulling those on there. So interesting week. I went off scout camp the other day. It was a good camp. It was a back to basics camp because all the scouts, bar one, had never been camping before. No, they'd never been camping. They wanted a back to basics.
You did.
Oh,
I didn't.
No, I've been camping lots of times. So scouts have never been cooking on open fire. So it was a teaching weekend. Have you been a goblin, though? Have you been a monster? It's going to be another interesting vlog. We just come back from a birthday party, so Grace is probably high on sugar. Right, are you going to be quiet for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be quiet, and then we can talk about our camping that me and you did last night.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Daddy.
You got to be quiet, okay? So... Scout camp, basic weekend. Scouts wanted to do cooking on the open fire because normally we as leaders do it. And this is a brand new camp because we had, how many is that? Count that.
1, 2, 3.
3 brand new leaders that I've never camped before with. So we've got Aoife, who's...
I'm this age,
You're 3 as well, yeah. Aoife's Irish. Rob... where is he from? Skegness or something like that? I don't know where he's from. Just made that one up. And Danny is from Canada. So all of us are all new to the group. None of us have camped together. So I didn't know what their experience was. They didn't know what my experience was. So as a leader camp, it was an interesting camp because we were working together. Never done it before.
We didn't do it today, did
no,
we?
We haven't been camping. We're going to talk about your camp in just a few minutes. Back to the scout camp. They cooked on open fires. Amazing. The food that they cooked, wow, it was awesome. So they arrived Friday night, put the tents up at like 6:30 in the pitch black. It is pitch black out there now. Clocks have gone back, but it's 5:15 now, but it is pitch black. So they did well. They got their tents up in the dark pretty quickly. Yeah. Don't strangle me. And be careful, you're going to fall off your stool. We don't want to go to the hospital tonight. No. So they wake up, we explain what the camp was going to be all about on Saturday. Don't be silly. So they got all the bits ready, and then cracked on, getting fire and all that kind of stuff. So already said they cooked girls versus the boys. The girls had random ingredients. You didn't have to use everything, but basically they cooked what did they cook? Tired? They cooked a bolognese with pasta, and the boys, they cooked chicken, something like that. I was like, what the hell is that? So then they told me, basically, it's just chicken in tomato sauce.
Yuck.
No, it was good. Then one of the scouts told me he was going to fillet the fillet.
That's 1 spoon, 2 spoons.
Of sugar makes the medicine go down.
No, that's
in the most delightful way.
That doesn't matter.
It does. Anyway, Scout told me he was going to fillet the steak and stuff the chicken steak.
Anyway.
Comedian Grace. Calm down. Birthday sugar. His chicken stuffed fillet was amazing. I've never tasted chicken like that before. It was amazing. So big thumbs up for the Scout boys. And then we went for a midnight hike, but they went to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. They didn't sit around the campfire talking like we did. They just went to bed straight away. And then we thought, oh, they're going to go up and play cards in their tent like they normally did. But we went around the tents, fast asleep. Sunday again. Yeah. Strange camp. They went to bed so early. But it was good. They really had a good camp. But what I want to talk about is what happened last night. What did we do last night, Grace?
Made my bed.
No, that was this morning. I'll talk about that in a minute. Feng Shui. We had an indoor camp. Yes! Me and Grace went camping in her bedroom. It's too cold and it's a bit too dark out there.
Can't, because spiders.
Spiders! But where we live, there's lots of foxes, so there's probably lots of foxes in the garden, so I didn't really want to risk it. But it is quite cold. And we want to have a nice experience for our first time, so it won't be until maybe the spring, summer when we go camping, I think. Yeah?
Daddy, be quiet, there's foxes.
The foxes are outside. That's a fox impression. So we had a camp. I bought an indoor campfire with lights, and I had a fire, and we roasted marshmallows on it, didn't we? And we had a bit of a sing-song. Put your tongue away, you're not a fox. And we had a campfire and thing, and then Grace was too scared to sleep in the tent. We were inside. I don't know why you were too scared to sleep in the tent.
I didn't have a tent.
Yeah, you were too scared. So we slept in the bed. Never mind. So that was our first experience of indoor camping.
Daddy,
All went well.
Daddy, but what about my bed?
Yes, we're going to talk about their bed. So, what we were doing last night, she had a really bad nightmare last night, didn't you? Yeah, you were crying and screaming and...
What was it?
We're talking about it now. Hysterical. It was a really bad night. So, after about an hour, I got you back to sleep. Milk, stories, lots of cuddles like this, lots of cuddles like this. Mummy came in and tried to comfort her as well. Got back to bed. And then we worked out.
Daddy, I want to go to see Mummy.
You want to go and see Mummy? Let's have a commercial break. Grace, say goodbye and say see you in the next vlog.
See you in the next vlog.
Commercial break. I'll be back.
Visit our website.
bigmaninthewoods.co.uk.
I'm back again. She's gone inside. It is quite cold tonight. It is a bit of a nippy one. So, where were we? Yeah. Grace is having these really bad nightmares, and she hasn't properly slept through the night since we put her in a big bed. So when she was in a cot, she was fine. Put her in a big bed. And then we thought maybe the bed is too big. No. So we had enough last night. It was too much. And then my wife decided that she was going to Google Feng Shui of the children's bedroom. No idea. We're not into Feng Shui. We've never done any of that before. But it's actually very interesting because if you believe in Feng Shui, I don't know, we're trying everything. We've done the monster spray, all that kind of stuff. So Feng Shui is probably going to be the final one, and we pray to God that this is going to be the decider, has sorted it all out. So basically, your bed is meant to be in the opposite corner of the door. Grace's bed is right opposite the door. Okay, so meant to be opposite the door. You're meant to have a picture of the family and nice colours and stuff, and we've got that. You know, we've got the artwork and stuff out. Then, as we got better, down the page, the death position. Ooh, my wife started freaking out when she saw the death position, and that is whoops, I shouldn't laugh because this is what we've done. The bed is right opposite the door, and the feet should never be the first thing to come into the door, because apparently that's the way that dead bodies were taken out in the body bag, feet first through the door. And that's the way we've got it at the present moment. But this morning, as Grace said in the vlog, first thing after breakfast, boom, I got upstairs and I rearranged the room, Feng Shui'd it all. So hopefully, I pray to God that tonight is going to be the first night that she sleeps all the way through the night without having nightmares and terrors and stuff. So, yep. And that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too sure about taking her camping in the garden, because she's not having the best times sleeping through. So, do you have any tips on getting little ones to sleep through the night? She's 3 years old. I know this has nothing to do with camping, but I'm going to start broadening my horizons on this vlog. I'm going to talk more about my family and stuff like that as well. Not predominantly about camping and stuff, but maybe a little bit every now and then about my camping, my family issues and stuff like that. It'll be quite cool. So that's vlog time done. I hope you enjoyed it. There's some photos and some videos of the scout camp and me and Grace indoor camping last night. I'm going to try and keep these vlogs a little bit shorter than the normal 20 minutes, half an hour vlog. And we're going to try and do it every week. I know that I say that all the time in my podcast, but that's what we're going to try and do. Whew, who knows? Right, guys, well, thank you very much. And until next time, happy camping. Stay safe.